Welcome back to Liz and Sandro's Marketing Podcast. We're the podcast that helps your small business grow through digital marketing, through SEO, websites, social media, reputation management, and so much more. Today, Liz is going to tell us why your website may not rank.
I got a call from a client this week. We launched her website about a month ago, and she was saying, my friends and family, they're Googling for me, but they're not finding me. So full disclosure, at first I was like, oh my gosh, hopefully we set up everything okay, which we did. I took a closer look and discovered that her website is in fact ranking. She's sitting somewhere, depending on the search term, 6th page or something like that. I had to remind her that when we hit the go live button with your website, you're not going to rank immediately on the first page of Google. Building trust with Google is just like building a trust with a human. It takes time. So again, you're not going to hit the go live button and immediately appear on the first page.
Yeah, and one of the ways we've talked in many episodes, ways to build trust, and one of them is through links.
Definitely. So the first thing I recommended was that we pursue some local SEO using Moz Local and Google My Business. Though I think right off the bat, those are going to be two ways that she can get some good visibility.
Moz Local helps you build citations because she has a brick and mortar business, correct?
It is, yes. So she does have a physical location. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So Moz Local is a great way to start building up and telling the directories that you're actually there.
Yeah. And I had to keep it super simple for her and explain that these directory listings, these different citations, they're essentially like votes pointing to your website. And super simple. The more votes, the better. It gets a little more complicated when you start factoring in domain authority and, where the links are coming from. But in its most basic form, the more links, the better.
Great. And did she listen? Was that good?
Yeah, we're in the midst of this process right now, claiming a Google My Business listing. It's just a pain. There's no way around it, but you got to do it.
Does she have a Facebook page too? Like that also helps usually?
No. She is not in an industry where she wants to pursue Facebook. She's more in that B2B space.
Is she a Russian politician? Do we know someone? Is there something you're not hiding from us? Are you working for the Russians, Liz? I think you are.
No. We'll be doing probably more with LinkedIn with her. So
understood. Yeah.
So yeah, and I also got into a conversation with her about blogging and some other ways to build authority. Google loves fresh content on your site, so blogging on a consistent basis. And I'm of the opinion that everybody has a blog now. That doesn't make you unique. So even doing some video, taking your blog articles and turning them into video, I think that's going to go a long way to building visibility and credibility.
Isn't there a service that we just saw about turning your blogs into video?
Yes, Lumen 5, I believe it's called. And we tested it out. We haven't actually purchased it yet, but internally at Hirsch PR, we tested it, and I loved the videos that came of it. So essentially you're taking some high level points from an article, dropping them into this tool over top of some nice stock images that kind of pan the screen and some music. We generated some very quick 30-second videos that I thought looked really good.
I agree. I checked those out, and we'll have a link to Lumen 5 in the show notes.
We will.
But so if you're looking to rank, one good way is content, obviously in video content, maybe potentially using Lumen 5 would be a great way to do that.
Yeah. Now, okay, for a long time, I've said that publishing video on YouTube, that content is going to rank high in search results. Are we seeing a lot of that anymore?
Well, what's the second biggest search engine in the world?
It's YouTube.
Exactly. I don't think it'll hurt. I don't think it would hurt to have videos on YouTube and with your name and your brand and links back to you. People may discover it there. There's
a lot going on with Google right now. So I think we've got to take a closer look at that and figure out what types of content really are driving traffic to a website.
I feel like that's something we should cover in our next episode on Thursday.
Definitely. So anywho, I had a good conversation with this client about ways to build credibility and authority with Google through blogging and driving traffic, other ways of driving traffic to her site. We touched on some Google AdWords. I think that could potentially be good for her. She's in a very competitive industry where the cost per click can get pretty outrageous, so she may or may not pursue that. But, again, the big takeaway was the moment you launch a website, it's not going to be on the first page. She might be sitting, somewhere within the first 10 pages for a couple more weeks weeks until we get these directory citations up and running and really start driving traffic to her site to show that she is legitimate and has credibility to appear in those search results pages. So some more work to be done, but I think we're making good progress.
So people shouldn't worry when they press go on their website to start, is what we're saying.
Right. It takes effort to get to the first page.
It takes a little work, a little press, some links, some good citations if you're a brick and mortar place. One other thing you can do with a new website is claim your Google Search Console, and we'll link to a show where we talk about that in the past. Once you do that, then Google will know this website is a new website on the internet, and you can actually request Google to come and crawl your site. You can ask Google to crawl your website, and it'll know that you're there, and it'll start to index it then and start to rank you once again. So if you're worried that maybe Google doesn't know you exist, one sure way to make sure they do is create a Google Search Console account for your website. And just keep being consistent. Keep working at it little by little. You may want to hire an SEO to help you. They will certainly help you. But hire someone like Liz, obviously, or me.
Definitely.
But if you're doing it on your own, it's not something you can't overcome. It's just work you got to put into it.
I think we've touched on some of this in past episode. So we'll include that link in the show notes as well if you want to take a listen to that episode. But again, don't freak out. It's a totally natural progression to work your way to that first page. So those are my thoughts for today.
Thanks so much, Liz. I love these real world examples that we're coming to in the podcast because these are real concerns, things that you and I may not think about, but are definitely concerns for small business owners. Thanks for sharing that with us, and thank you for joining us. You will find us wherever you find your favorite podcast. You will find us on Instagram and Twitter, and our Facebook is kicked up again ever since our brief hiatus. But thank you for joining us again. We'll see you next time.